Hello everyone! It's bedtime once again and we're about ready to start another story. You guys set?
Yep.
Okay. So, let's see here. I got a special one I've been saving for you guys. You guys ready? I think you guys would like this one. Once upon a time, on a planet called Riku, far, far away from where we are, over the oceans, the plains, and the islands. If you traveled over those oceans, those plains, the mountains, you would come to a desert, a place that is dry and without much life. At least it would appear so at first glance. But the closer you looked at it, the closer you found more and more living things. For example, there's one little boy there by the name of Ash. He lived there, yes, with his parents, and they farmed there. Even though it was dry and he couldn't get anything to grow, they still found something there that they could raise. For in those dry, barren places, there lived an interesting little creature upon this world. One that, believe it or not, created water off of its skin. And this place, this desert, was so dry and barren that you needed any water you can find. So they were little lizards about this big. And they would, not that big, these are the little ones, yeah, like that big, their babies were that big, and they would stand out in the morning, and they had a whole bunch of little hairs all over their body, and as they stood there, the dew from the mountains would come and settle on their hairs. This is how they made their living. This is how they lived, by collecting this water. Yeah, just a little bit, but they were able to collect about a gallon out of every 5 lizards. There's so much water coming off of these things. It was amazing.
Like this?
Yeah. So Ash went out one day, went to check all the water that he collected. He went over to the water lizards' first pen, and he saw them playing there, tossing and turning in just the bare glimpse of the morning.
That looked fun.
That looked fun. Yes. As he went about, he checked the waters to see what he collected this morning, and he found the buckets under the pens full with liquids, with fresh water. Yeah, tastes real good. Real fresh water. Well, he went ahead and he was so excited that he found that they had such a good morning. They rushed back in. But he forgot. He forgot when he rushed back in not to close the barn door. He went back in and told his brothers. He had 5 brothers and 2 sisters. He went back in and he told them about how much water there was in there today. How amazing it was that they could have so much. And as he went and told his father looked at him. Son, that's amazing that's what we got. But did you close the door? To his shock and chagrin, he realizes he did not shut the door. The pen is open. He rushes back out as fast as he can, his brown robe flapping in the wind. He gets out there and, oh no, the lizards are everywhere. They're all over. There's at least 20 of them out and about. What's he going to do? He's got to get all of them back in before they get away. So he looks around, and out from the house comes his brothers. And they come and give him a hand to put him back in. He catches 1, 2, 3, but there's that one that always escapes. When he has to go find. He's searching over the hill. He goes over this hill that's laying out in front of their house. Approaches it, crests it. He sees the lizard going down into the ditch. He can just barely make it out. Every one of these lizards is very precious to them, because that means that's a bit more money they can make, a bit more food that they can eat. So he goes down there to find him. He scurries behind some of these bushes and gets down there and starts crawling around in there, looking to see if he can find him. And he finds it hiding behind this rock, this really weird rock. You know, it was sort of like scaly.
It looked like a baseball that hiding
It
under.
looked like he couldn't quite make it out. It had a whole bunch of scales all over it, but it was like a tree. It went up, but you can only see this much, because about this much of it, because he's under the bushes looking up. And then it moved. He grabbed the lizard quickly and jumped back out of the bushes to see what it was. It was a desert raptor. Big as a man. These lizards walked on 2 feet, with razor-sharp claws on their hands and feet, and hungry for meat, of which he was. He did the first thing that came to his mind. He took the water lizard and threw it at his face and ran. The raptor ate the water lizard in one quick bite and went off after the boy. The boy was terrified. He's running and screaming. He's never seen raptors here before. They were never here. No desert raptors ever in this area. But the problem is, where there's one, there's more. There are 4 or 5 of them. Stop making faces at the camera, little girl. 4 or 5 of them. So he runs back to the house. He gets back there. He's yelling to his family, "Run, run!" And the raptor's right behind him. Raptor quick grabs him by the leg, and he falls on his face. The raptor is almost upon him. But just before the raptor takes a bite out of him, his father jumps on the raptor and pulls the raptor to the ground. Ugh! Yeah, make a sound. But the raptor hits the ground hard, and his father, in the same motion, grabs his son and runs for the house as fast as he can. Quickly! But his 2 sisters were too slow. They were just little girls. And instead of just being 1 raptor, now there were 5. Coming up over the hill straight towards the little girls. His father puts the boy down, tries to grab the girls, but he grabs them and runs, throwing them over his shoulder as if they were little footballs or sacks of potatoes. And he runs inside, and they slam the door as hard as they can, just in time for the raptors to hit the door. Boom, boom, boom.
Ow! The raptor say, ow!
The raptors say ow, huh? Well, they're scratching at the door now, trying to get in. He's sitting there. Ash says, Father, what do we do? They are everywhere. We can't fight them all. Father looks at him and says, Son, it's okay. They're just going to look around the house, and then they're going to head on out. They can't find a way in. As he looks out, he sees them entering into the barn, which the door was still left open. Into the pen where the water lizards lie. He says, Father, they're going to get all the lizards. We cannot stay here, or else they will leave us with nothing. We shall certainly die because we don't have anything. Father says, back in the wars, it's okay. Back in the wars, we dealt with stuff like this. It's going to be fine. I'll go get my sword, and we'll see what happens at that point. If they don't leave alone here shortly, we're going to have to do something. So his father leaves to go get his weapon. As he sits there with his sisters, huddled in the corner, sitting there, he wonders what shall happen.
Did I get the sword?
Yes, his father returns shortly with the sword in hand. His sons sit there. Yes. Sit there, scared and terrified of this. Ash's oldest brother, Aaron, stands up and says, Father, we only have one weapon. There are 5 of them. What must we do? He says, there's only one way to do this. We've got to get out of here. They're not leaving, they're just circling. They're going to get us all if we don't get out of there. So, you guys ready? Yes, said. He says, when I open this door, what's going to happen? They're all distracted at the barn right now. But when I open this door, all of you run for the cart. The mule is already on the cart. If you can get there, go with your mother into town and see if you can find help. Okay? I'll see what I can do to distract them. Ready? Set. Let's go. He opens the door, flinging it open. There are 2 raptors already there. The sword in his hand. He flung quickly. One of the raptors was down within a quick flick of his father's well-trained hands. The second one jumped in front of the little girl, but with another flick of the father's wrist, the raptor was down. They quickly ran to the cart before another could find them. They got in the cart, but as they climbed in, all the other raptors exited the barn and began to run directly towards them. The mule would be too slow to escape the raptors. They quickly put everyone onto the cart, and the father slapped the mule on the rear end as he turned with the sword in his hand, ready to face 3 remaining raptors. Ash watched his father in the distance as he slowly disappeared behind a cloud of dust, kicked up by the cart, never knowing that that would be the last time he ever saw his father again.
Dun, dun, dun.
The end.
Dun, dun, dun.
The end. That's the end of part 1. And we will begin part 2 next time. Okay, everyone, thank you guys so much for liking the video. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? How many thumbs up would you give me?
10.
10 thumbs up? How about you?
100.
100 thumbs up. Well, you guys go ahead and hit that thumbs up on the bottom, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!